Hey explorers, welcome to Koala TV. We hope you're having a great day. We're now going to show you the most amazing nests of the animal kingdom. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. Number 10. Weaver birds. Weaver birds are by far one of the best nest builders in the world. To build a nest, they have to work very fast and diligently. The grass shoots that they use for their nests are slowly wilting and turning brown even while they're still building. If they take too long, they risk never getting a mate. Why? Because female weaver birds never go for the brown nests and only choose green ones. So hurry up, fellas! To build a green nest, the male weaver bird takes a long but thin piece of grass and ties it to a tree branch. Once done, it has to form the nest, not too big for predators to get in and not too small for the female to feel crowded inside. They also have to make sure that there's a downward-facing tunnel through which predators will avoid going. Now, if the nest turns brown, then the birds have to destroy it and start all over again. Some species of weaver birds build a nest in groups. The nest you see here is probably one of the largest ever built, and numerous families live inside. Number 9. Bald eagle. Unlike other species of bird, the bald eagle is monogamous, meaning it spends its entire life with one partner. That's why they build their nests atop trees, and every year, these nests become larger and larger. Sometimes eagles like to have several nests at the same time, and they alternate between them. It's not uncommon for the bald eagle to travel about 100 miles from their place of birth. If this means finding a mate, if they live in a treeless area, then they'll build a nest in cliffs or on the ground. The outside of the tree is lined with large branches, while the inside is filled with moss, frass, and plant stalks. They'll always choose the highest tree they can find or one that overlooks a local river or lake. Because of their massive size, it's not uncommon for these nests to weigh up to 1,000 pounds. Number 8. European Hornet nest. No one likes hornets. They're aggressive, they like to sting people, they don't produce honey, and they kill bees. These natural-born killers like to build their nests in levels. The small cavities where the queen lays the eggs are built from small pieces of wood that the hornets carry over to the nests. They don't produce honey like bees, so these nests act only as an incubator for the larvae. Some of the nests can smash that like button just like you should do if you haven't done so already. But no, in all seriousness, some of the nests have more than 10 layers and numerous queens inside. Number 7. The ovenbird. Building some of the most durable nests in the world, the female ovenbird is the architect of these marvelous creations. Instead of using grass or twigs, the ovenbird mixes leaf litter with mud. She then carries the mixture in her beak and leaves it in a ring big enough for her family. Some of the birds build nests that are located on the forest floor, and others build the nests about 60 or 70 feet from the woodland edge. The walls are very thick, so the predator will have a hard time getting inside. They lay between 3 to 6 eggs inside, which are white or reddish-brown. Number 6. Edible nest swiftlet. Located in Gunung Mulu National Park in Malaysian Borneo, the swiftlet builds nests that are rather peculiar. The bird uses twigs and debris and its own saliva to build a nest. You heard that right. The saliva of this swiftlet will harden after being exposed to air, and little by little, the bird will construct its nest. Oh, but this isn't where it ends. In Malaysian culture, locals rip apart the nest of the swiftlet and then cook it in warm water. This loosens the structure enough to remove the little twigs and grass. They'll then cook the bird saliva and make it into a soup. And believe it or not, people pay a lot of money for this so-called delicacy. Number 5. Tailor bird. True to their name and immortalized in the Jungle Book, the tailor bird gets its name from its nest by sewing several large leaves together. To do this, the bird will go out and find spider silk or plant fibers. After that, the bird will pierce the sides of the leaves and sew them together. After a lot of stitching, the nest is finished and the birds are ready to move in. Once properly secured, the female will lay its eggs inside. The little ones will hatch, and all 3 of them will spend 32 days inside this seemingly small nest before moving out. Number 4. Pufferfish. This might be weird, but there's a species of small pufferfish that builds nests underwater. Wait, what? Are you sure? Yes, we're sure. The male will have to sense the current of the water and start building at just the right moment. The fish will have about 7 days to build a nest on the seafloor before the current destroys everything. Therefore, he must spend every minute of every day of the week building the nest. The only tools he can use are his fins. The pufferfish will then use small shells to decorate the ridges of his construction and wait for the female to approve. Top 3. Number 3. Beaver dams. The architects that can build some of the largest and most impressive water dams aren't humans. They're beavers. You know, These semi-aquatic mammals that like to spend an entire season chopping down wood, one branch at a time, building a dam so they can raise a family inside? Technically, it's not considered a nest, but they do raise their families there, so it counts for us. Before it can start building, the beaver has to get accustomed to his surroundings, has to study the area, and only then can he start. A young and inexperienced beaver might spend an entire lifetime trying to build a dam and secure a habitat where the young could be born. Using their incisors, they can cut anything from small branches to giant tree trunks and carry them to the dam. Once a sufficient structure is built, the beaver will then reinforce the dam with rocks to make sure the wood doesn't give in under surging water pressure. Of course, they do run the risk of having their work destroyed. This usually happens when there's a sudden increase in the river flow. If the excess water is too powerful, the dam will be destroyed, leaving the beaver to start building all over again. That's why we said a big dam can take several years to build. Dam. Number 2. Bowerbird nest. There are 27 species of bowerbird in the world. The majority of them are located in the Austro-Papuan region, and only 10 species are endemic to New Guinea. Their diet consists primarily of fruits, nuts, and seeds, but sometimes they're known to eat insects as well. Regardless of their habitat and diet, the bowerbird has made a name for itself as the perfect male housewife. You see, this bird architect has to build the most colorful, most interesting, and most enticing nest out of all competitors in order to attract the female and reproduce. They'll scavenge and search for objects, fruits, nuts, seeds, etc. that are the same color, bring them back into the nest, and begin the courtship ritual. Once the female sees him, they'll land and inspect the work. If she's satisfied with the home, they can procreate and then be on their merry little way. You see, a male bowerbird will work for months constructing the perfect nest, only to do, well, you know what I mean. Number 1. Ant megalopolis. When you need to employ a mechanical excavator to dig out the nest of an ant colony, you know we're talking about some giant nests. Scientists used mechanical equipment to remove tons and tons of earth, all in the hopes of unearthing one of the biggest ant colonies ever uncovered in the world. Before they began the work, the scientists from Brazil needed to make sure that the colony died out. After that, they moved in with buckets of cement. They thought that it would take them a bucket or two to uncover what was hidden beneath the ground. But they wound up calling a small cement truck. After 10 tons of cement and 1 month of waiting for it to dry out, the crew was able to begin their digging. It took them weeks just to uncover all of the intricate parts of the ant nest, the sheer size of the highways and the subterranean chambers. The fungus gardens and rubbish pits are so incomprehensibly vast that many people could work and move around the area freely. The structure covered an area of roughly 540 square feet and had a depth of about 25 feet. To construct such a massive structure, the small ants had to move about 40 tons of soil. It's hard to think that all of this was built by the hive mind. If you enjoyed this video, you'll like the next one. This is Koala with Koality Content. See you soon. YouTube thinks that you should watch this video next according to your preferences.